Good morning from another day in Gozo, but today we're on our way to Malta. But first thing is getting coffee and brekkie. And now we made it to our B&B in Malta. So we're staying in Sliema, but Breathtaking. Here is the room. I really like the tiles. And the host said the floor is handmade, so that's pretty cool. We have a balcony. But then we also have a second balcony. And this one's great for like brekkie stuff, which you can see the second balcony. And here is the bathroom. When our host was showing us around the house, it's basically like a very tall apartment with lots of rooms, but there's a shared kitchen, and then there's this beautiful garden rooftop, and we got to try strawberry and tomato. Super delicious. Now we made our way to Fond Għadir Beach. It's actually a pretty nice beach, very close to the city. There's no sand, so it's all this like rock stuff everywhere. Before we left Gozo, we bought Pastizzi. One is peas and one is cheese. So we actually had this last night for the first time. They're so warm. Perfectly flaky. That peas in it. I like it. And if you're in Malta, you definitely have to try it. If you're a vegetarian, there's definitely options. We are both vegetarians, so we have both the cheese and the peas. I am very much enjoying Malta. So before here, we were in Gozo for 4 days. So if you haven't seen 2 of those Gozo vlogs, do so now and subscribe. But Malta has definitely a different vibe and feel than Gozo. And I feel there's a lot more tourists. I mean, obviously it's the main bigger island of Malta, but also being at the beach and just in this area alone, we've seen so many young teens, I guess, but young European teens. But I guess that also makes sense because Jakob said that he's came to Malta before when he was 16 on a school trip. Now we're walking through the city, but of course we're a bit hungry again. So we got more pastissis, and like I had mentioned, for vegetarians, so the options you can get are typically cheese and peas. Not together, but separate choices.
This is the cheese one. This one is the peas.
So we learned from our previous host in Gozo that weed, cannabis, is actually one of the 10 countries in the world that's fully legalized, which I had no clue. And he even mentioned that the Netherlands, it's actually not legalized, but it's there. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of that. Currently, we are actually on our way to Valletta, which is the capital of Malta. And if you look at the map, Valletta is actually on a little peninsula across from Sliema. And although you can take a car or an Uber all around on the land, you can take a ferry, which is a bit quicker. For a single fare, it's only €2, but for a return, it is €3.80. And now we're in the city of Valletta. That was probably, I don't know, like a 5-minute ferry ride. As we're walking around the town, we are noticing that it is very, very hilly here. Now in the Upper Barrakka Gardens. Oh my goodness, going around Valletta is super fun. If you like the nightlife, city life kind of vibe, there are actually a good amount of live music playing. But I'm going to end today here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning from another day in Malta. I didn't even show you guys the balcony. So we have this balcony. And this is also our balcony, which is so fun because if you ever come to Malta, you'll probably see the outside, inside balconies. I think it's kind of, I wouldn't say strange, but very different to have this indoor, outdoor balcony instead of just an outdoor balcony. But actually, it might be really good for when it's cold. And we made our way to Popeye's Village. So with your vouchers, you get a free postcard and free popcorn, and it's pretty cool. Now we're about to get that free popcorn because they're about to do a scene from the movie. Popeye's Village actually used to be the set of the real movie back in the day. And then after the movie, they kind of just left the set for people to visit. We just signed up to be in a movie. Let's see. We finished filming, and while we're waiting for them to edit the film, we got a pizza. But it's going to be interesting because, yeah, we're very curious on how it's going to turn out. Popeye's Village was actually super fun. I only suggest going to Popeye's Village if you're into the super cheesy amusement park type of vibe, because that's exactly what it was. But it was still super fun being around there. Now we're eating pizza. So we're taking a private boat around the Blue Lagoon and Comino Island. This excursion is actually sponsored by Malta. We made our way to the Blue Lagoon, but oh my goodness, on the island, look how many people that is. This is actually insane. We are at the northernmost point of Malta. Oh my god, you can see the wind muff. So windy. But it's also pretty insane to see. This is Malta, and over there is Camino, where we just were. We finished doing the boat tour. We did it with Malta, which they offer private boat tours around Comino Island and the Blue Lagoon. Personally, I think it is such a fun thing to go around the island, because we went to the Blue Lagoon and yes, there were other boats, but when you look at the island itself, it is packed with people. And honestly, I am so happy that we weren't on the island itself with the people. Also, fun fact about Comino Island is that there are only 2 people that live on the entire island, and they're elderly people. And it's said that once they pass away, the island itself will turn into a national park. If you're interested in booking your own private tour, definitely check Malta out. I'll leave the description in the box below. And now we made our way to Mdina, which, by the way, this is where they filmed Game of Thrones, King's Landing. While, yes, Mdina is where they filmed Game of Thrones, Malta in general is actually a huge hub for movie making. So actually, I filmed Gladiator here, Troy, and obviously Popeyes, but like so many others. Now we're getting a little snack before we continue walking around. But in Malta, I've noticed that there is a flag here that resembles very much of the Danish flag. It's not the Danish flag. It is actually the Knight of Malta flag, which is so close. Now we're in the part of King's Landing where we are at Littlefinger's brothel, which is this green part here. We went back to the B&B to change, so now we're in regular clothes. And now we're out in the town back in Sliema to look for dinner. We actually went to the supermarket to look for some snacks, and we found some Maltese chips or some sort. It's a baked snack. So we got 3 kinds: sweet, paprika, cheesy, and sour cream and onion. I'm going to open up the sweet and sour ones. Sweet and sour. Sour and cream and onion. Sour cream and onion. Oh wow, they look like Cheetos. These are actually really good. They don't taste like Cheetos. I like them. I'm going to end this vlog here. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you haven't watched my other Malta videos, go do so, because I have 2 others before this one. And I will be having another one after this. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!